Would you like me to read you a story about kings and queens and princes and princesses? Okay. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful kingdom. The kingdom was full of kings and queens and princes and princesses and even an emperor. Every year, there was a huge parade in the kingdom. Everyone came to the parade. It was always the most fun celebration. And it was beautiful to watch too, because everyone wore brightly colored clothes. They wore green pants and red shirts and purple capes and pink crowns. It was quite a sight to see. Do you like wearing clothes with colors in them? Me too. But one year, when the kings, queens, princes, and princesses and the emperor had their meeting to plan the parade, things changed. One of the kings stood up and said, "This year I am going to wear gray pants, a gray shirt, a gray cape, and a gray crown. And I think everyone else should wear gray too." The rest of the kings looked at each other. They really wanted to wear green and red and purple and pink, but they were afraid to speak out. So they just went along with what the first king said. They agreed to wear gray. Do you think that's fair of him to say that? I don't think so either. The queens, princes, princesses, and the emperor all agreed too, but they weren't happy about it. They all wanted to wear green and red and purple and pink, but they were afraid to speak out too. The emperor went back to his castle. He went to his closet and looked at his clothing. Hanging in his closet were green pants and red shirts and purple capes and pink crowns. He was very sad. He wanted to wear these clothes to the parade. He didn't want to wear gray. As the emperor was looking at his clothing, his son walked in the room. "Daddy, why are you so sad?" said his son. "I want to wear all my bright, beautiful clothing to the parade," said the emperor. "So why don't you?" asked his son. The emperor shrugged. "You see, everyone else is going to wear gray." "So?" asked his son. "Why do you have to go along with what everyone else wants? Why can't you do your own thing?" The emperor thought about his son's words all night. He thought about how he had gone along with what everyone else wanted when it wasn't what he wanted. And finally, he realized that his son was right. He could do his own thing. So, on the morning of the parade, the emperor dressed in his green pants, his red shirt, his purple cape, and his pink crown. He and his son walked proudly down the parade. When they got there, the emperor saw that he was the only person wearing bright colors. Everyone else was wearing gray. Being dressed differently made the emperor nervous, but he kept walking. "Hey," said one of the kings, who was dressed all in gray, "why are you wearing bright colors? Everyone is wearing gray this year." "Well, I decided that I wanted to wear bright colors instead," answered the emperor with a smile. The king was so confused. "But don't you have to be like everyone else? Don't we all have to do the same things?" he asked. "Do you think he should be like everyone else or be the way he wants to be?"
Be the way that he wants to be.
"Yeah, I think he should be that way too." "I'll let my son explain it to you," said the emperor as he stepped aside. His young son took a step forward, looked up at the king and said, "Sir, people can choose to do what everyone else is doing, or they can choose to do their own thing. It's up to each person to decide." "Really?" asked the king. "I always thought that I had to do what everyone else did." "Oh no," said the emperor's son. "You can do your own thing." "Wow," said the king. Then the king went over to the people in the parade and made an announcement. He told them that they could wear whatever they wanted. They didn't all have to be the same. You think that's good for him to say? That everyone could wear what they want? I think so too. So, some of the people ran home to get brightly colored clothes, while others stayed in their gray clothes because that's what they really wanted to wear. In the end, there was a beautiful parade, full of red and green and purple and pink and gray. The emperor was sure it was the best parade ever. From that day on, the kings and the queens and the princes and the princesses and the emperor all dressed the way they wanted to, even if it wasn't the same as how everyone else dressed, and they all lived happily ever after. The end.